I'm Brittany.
I'm Nicole.
And we're those girls. Welcome to episode 33 of our podcast. Today, we are talking about Halloween. We're talking about Nicole getting her purse stolen.
Yeah.
And a couple other random stuff. How are you, my friend? I haven't
I'm
seen
great.
you.
Just so everyone knows, this is like 9 a.m. on a Saturday today.
Yes. And
this
we
is rare for us.
Very rare. We usually do this in the afternoon when we're all alive.
So we're a little sleepy. We got our coffee. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. So what did you want to rant about Halloween?
Oh my God. So Halloween's coming up next week?
Is it?
Next week or the week after?
I used to get like so excited about Halloween when I was younger.
I hate Halloween.
Oh, it's my favorite.
Oh my God, I hate Halloween. I hate Halloween. So I have always been I'm a scaredy cat. I don't like being spooked. I don't like any of that stuff. So like,
there'll be, if I go to like a haunted house or watch a movie, there'll be tears.
Oh God.
I will be screaming and crying.
No, I don't sign myself up for that. Like I'm tortured in everyday life just existing. I'm not going to go do it from like.
Oh yeah. So this will be short, but Callie's 13th birthday, she wanted to go to Canopy Lake, but her birthday's in October. So we always do something Halloween related. And they have like the haunted houses and shit. We waited all day because it doesn't start until like nighttime. And it was her and her best friend at the time. And she's like, okay. I'm like, all right, we're going to go through the haunted house. I ended up clutching, her best friend was 85 pounds at the time, clutching both sides of her arms and like steering her through the thing. And we got out of it and Callie was like, are you kidding me? And I was like, what's the matter? She's like, you are so embarrassing because like I could not. I was literally throwing these little girls at the things I was scared at.
Oh no. Yeah, no. If you're taking, no, please, I will either be inside of you or like I'm being like,
that's a real.
Mark's starting this off really good today.
I hope Mark doesn't listen to this one.
Like from fear. Like I can't. Like I can't not do it.
That's what I do when I'm scared too.
Like I just want to curl up inside. Like, I don't want to.
Okay, moving on. So what is your gripe with Halloween?
So obviously scary shit. But so I was on TikTok because I live on there, and there was this dad, and he was explaining to his like 4 or 5-year-old kid what Halloween was and how they were gonna go house to house and they were gonna get candy and all of this stuff. And it was super like. The kid was like, oh my God, candy's so excited. And the guy kept going, yeah, we're going to go see a lot of strange people. And like, they're going to be dressed up and they're going to be. And I'm like, when I was a kid, they told us not to take candy from strangers. And I don't know if it was just like a weird realization as like an adult and a parent myself now, but I'm like, I'm literally like, go take candy from strangers now, kids. Like, it just feels weird to me as an adult. Like, hey.
Yeah, I guess so. My parents just like sent us out though.
Yeah.
Like go run around the neighborhood with pillowcases and fill up your thing, come back and dump it out and then go out again.
Now, did you change costumes to go out again?
Sometimes. I did that a couple times. I feel like I did that when I was older.
That's just
like
too much work.
10 to like 13 maybe.
That's just too much work.
Cause like, were you like an older kid that went trick-or-treating?
So I refused to go trick-or-treating my entire life. I hated it. I didn't want to do it. And the only real remembrance of Halloween, I was probably like 11, and my little sister really wanted to go trick-or-treating, and my older brother was like, we're gonna go. So he dressed me up in his Domino's outfit because he was a Domino's delivery driver. So
I can't. So he made you a Domino's worker for Halloween. So when I was growing up, first half of my life, my family was like super Christian, church, private school. Here we are. This is why. But so we weren't allowed to go trick-or-treating because it was the devil's holiday.
Oh, we gotta talk about.
So we had to go to. I felt like such a weird kid till I was probably like 12 or 13 before they, maybe a little younger, before they like let me actually go trick-or-treating. And we used to have to go to the harvest party at the church. They wouldn't call it a Halloween party. It was the harvest party.
Yeah.
We were allowed to dress up. It was like a trunk or treat type of thing. But yeah, it was embarrassing.
So speaking of private schools.
Oh, yes.
So we've had 2, I'm going to call them incidents in the school in the past 2 weeks.
So many incidents in private school.
So I heard one firsthand from the kiddo, from Scarlett. We were at dinner. We've had bears around the South Shore, Massachusetts.
In Whitman.
In Whitman, yeah. We've had them around. Like, I think they had to close, like, some public basketball court in Pembroke yesterday for them. So we have black bears. They're running around, crazy, whatever. So we're sitting at dinner, like, a week and a half ago, and I'm like, oh, like, what happened to school today? And she's like, oh, well, there was a bear around. And so, like, we couldn't go outside for recess or something. And I was like, oh, okay. And she goes, don't worry. My teacher told me that bears don't eat humans. They like leaves. I was like,
that is a lie.
What?
They rip people apart when they're hungry. They only do it if they're hungry, though.
So my husband, Mark, he just
why would she? But what if like they saw a bear? Then these dumb kids are gonna walk up and be like,
here, can I feed you a leaf off of the tree?
They're not herbivores. They're carnivores.
They're carnivores.
Yeah.
So then Mark, in all of his glory, takes a bite of whatever we're eating for dinner and turns and looks at her and goes, "We're gonna stay away from bears anyway."
I can picture him saying it.
Of course you can.
Super calm.
And I'm like,
gonna stay away from the bears.
I'm like,
anyway.
No, like bears eat people. Fine. I'm stepmom. I'm not going to broach this subject. So then last night, 2 nights ago, I was away, retirement party, stayed in the city. So I come home last night and I'm sitting on the couch and he's recapping what they're doing for, the night or whatever. And he's like, I didn't tell you this story. I'm like, okay, so what is it? And he's like, we were getting in bed and we were talking. She had asked a question on some hand signal or something. And that, I don't know, like they do sign language stuff. Anyway,
okay.
So it came out to like, what does it mean if you give someone the middle finger? And so he's like trying to tell her, like, in her own word and like, 7-year-old terms, what it means.
You want me to explain it to her?
These things. Right. He explains it very nice. And then somehow they got to conversation of like the devil. She didn't know what the devil. I'm like, you go to Catholic school. How do you not know what the devil is in Catholic school?
They just sweep him under the rug.
Like,
they ignore it.
I'm like,
yeah, exactly.
I'm like, can you
in true religious fashion? They just boop boop.
Can you do me?
Just don't look at it. Don't think about it. It's not real.
Don't think about it. It's not real.
Yeah,
I'm
don't
like,
pay attention to what I'm doing.
The devil, hell, like any of that.
She didn't know what hell was.
She didn't know what hell was.
Isn't that their number one?
Like you're gonna go to hell if you sin on
isn't that
anything?
like their number one leverage?
Yeah, no.
Like, do you want to go to like the 18 gates of hell or however many levels of purgatory there are?
Yeah, no. Like she
13?
didn't know anything of hell. I'm like, on what stage of this, schooling?
Interesting. I wonder if like private school is still super religious now.
She goes to a private Catholic
but
religious
like when
school.
I went to private school, it was a Christian school. It was different.
Okay.
But it was like super indoctrinated. Like everything.
No, they do mass like once a week.
Like,
they have to read the hymns.
I got in a fight with my history teacher when I was in, explains a lot in high school because the books we used were Bob Jones University books, was just super Christian school.
Mm-hmm.
And he wouldn't teach us anything else except what was in those books. And I forget what it was about. I wrote a paper and I went against what the book said and said that was BS. And he tried to get me in trouble. He tried to get me suspended. And I was like,
what reality is?
Yes, because it was against the Bob Jones book. This like book that is not real. Like it was awful. But anyway.
It's insane.
So we're just going to talk about religious trauma. So
I guess.
Keep going.
No, but like it's just interesting because like she's really into like the systems of what they're teaching on like God is there and she's finding solace in that, I think, just because life is just so crazy. And I'm okay with that for her to an extent, but I'm like, bears will eat you. Stay away from bears. And like I already have a front row seat in hell already picked out. So like it's those things exist.
Yeah. So like when just thinking about this, when Callie was like her age, me and her dad, obviously, like, so me and her dad was a pastor's kid.
Yeah.
So we both like went the other way when we became adults ish. We weren't even really adults when we had her, but
are we adults now?
No. But anyway, so we never pushed on her hard, like church is stupid or whatever. Yeah. Because he still had like his parents still brought her to church and we wanted a babysitter. So part of the deal was,
of course,
if she sleeps over, we're taking her to church the next day, and she hated going. So one day I was like, dude, what's the deal? Like, do you not believe in God? Like, what don't you like about it? Because you don't have to go.
Right.
When she got like a little older. And she was like, I just don't understand. She's like, they want me to believe that like miracles is magic. She goes, fairy magic is real. That magic is not real. And I was like, you are correct. Like, please believe like that for the rest of your life.
And, I think there's something to be said for, I grew up in many different religions just because of how I was raised. Like, I went to Catholic church with my godmother, who won't speak to me now because I'm divorced. And in the she was that Catholic. My grandmother was Protestant. So like I grew up in learning a whole bunch of different things. So Caroline and John Paul, like our rule with them was like, you have to go through CCD. That's what your parents have decided that's their religion. That's how they, so you have to do it. And like, after you're done with that, like you don't have to go anymore. Right. You need something, but like, it's hard, and like bears eat people. Like I'm so annoyed that like they're not teaching.
There's
like
no reason not to teach them like factual thing.
Like,
she was probably
we have bears running around.
She was probably like trying not to scare them, but like you want them to be scared of bears.
Yeah,
it's okay to be scared of things you should be scared of.
It's okay, to
like Satan and bears,
to tell us that we can't take candy from strangers except for on Halloween. But yes.
We just lost half of our following. Half of our 50 people that watch. We are up to like 50 views now. Okay,
so
moving on.
I've been following this story of your life in the past month.
Which part of it?
We have a lot of twists and turns. But
okay, so we can talk about me getting robbed.
Yes, you got robbed.
Yep. I was at a friend's house.
Not really,
in Mansfield,
but you
car in the driveway, didn't lock my doors because I'm in Mansfield.
Yeah.
In like a nice neighborhood. Whatever. Doesn't even matter. I don't lock my doors at my house. I don't care.
The window was wide open this morning getting there and it rained all night. So enjoy that.
This is just who I am. I don't care. Take my stuff. I have nothing. But so all I thought got stolen was my purse out of the car. And I was like, kind of whatever. It's annoying. I'm going to have to replace my license, my credit cards. I have no money. It's fine. Whatever. I got over it. They said it might get returned. It might not once they process, blah, blah, blah. So it turned into this big story in the news and stuff because like over like 100 houses got hit by like these 6 kids. And supposedly the way the story ends.
They're going to be really good entrepreneurs in life if they were able to.
They got caught because the last house they were hitting before the police got called was a cop's house that was off duty and all his alarms went off and shit.
Oh, shit.
And then they all ran and they caught them when they ran. Like the cop car is coming into the neighborhood.
Oh.
But anyway, so whatever. I'm over it. I don't care. I reported my stuff.
Yeah, no, you didn't care. You cared about one thing.
Didn't care. No, because then 24 hours went by and I was getting ready to go to another job.
Yeah, you were doing something.
Bartending or something. And I go to get ready and do my makeup. And I always leave my makeup in my car because I don't know if anyone else feels this way, ladies, but like the car mirror is so much best better mirror to do your makeup in. And I'm always in a rush. So I'm always doing it in the car. My fucking makeup got stolen.
I had to hear about it for a week.
I did not care 1 inch about anything else that got stolen out of the car until I realized that. And like, I feel like only girls would understand.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you can't replace everything in a minute. You can't just like go to CVS and be like, I'll get everything. It's hundreds of dollars. I don't even know why they took it. They must not have realized what it was.
No.
It was like a black bag.
Well, yeah, they didn't open it up and go, oh, there's makeup.
Right. So then I called the police station again the next day and was like, hey, when am I getting my stuff? And the guy's like, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, I was like, if there's more things missing, do I need to like tell you about them now so I can get them back? And he's like, yeah, what's missing? So I tell him my makeup and he starts
like laughing at you.
No, he laughed at me.
Yeah.
And I was like, I literally go, I'm dead ass serious.
Take my money that I don't have.
And he was like young. He was like a deputy, like someone just like.
Yeah, he's a desk guy.
He was like under, it's not investigators, the detectives. He was under them just like helping because I guess there was so much stuff to process once they like really went through it.
And we're going to do like a lineup of makeup.
So then the DA calls the next day or the day after.
The DA a lot this year.
What the? And it's a woman. I don't remember her name. Super nice. And she's like, what would you like to see happen to these people to come bring them to justice? And I was like, I don't care. And she's like, what do you mean you don't care? I was like, I want my makeup back. And she laughs and I was like, tell me you understand. She's like, oh no, I completely understand. Right. That is messed up.
I would like them to pay for all of the makeup.
So then she's like trying to convince me to show up at court and stuff. And I'm like, do I get my makeup back faster if I go to court? She's like, no. I was like, all right, I'm good. I don't care. That's fine.
Why are we going to court?
No, like whatever. Yes, they should get punished, but like whatever.
No, have the cop go to court.
So that's it. I still don't have it back. And I stopped calling because I was just too mad.
But you got your license, right?
I ordered a new one.
Oh.
I had to pay for it.
So you haven't gotten anything
No, I also called them and asked them if I could just go get my license because there's a part of this. I needed my license because apparently it was technically the pandemic until January of this year still. Really? And I got hired by Loan Depot. No, last January. Oh. Was the end of the pandemic, I guess.
Oh.
The HR lady was telling me. And I got hired in last January, and I guess that's when it ended. And the government or whoever made a new rule that if you got hired during the pandemic, you had to go on a Zoom call to show that you are who you are, because I guess a lot of people got hired under false documents and shit because nobody was meeting in person. And I'm like, I don't have my license.
I am now in the legal.
I was like, I don't have it. So then I called them. I'm like, I need my license. And they were like, no. And I was like, so anyway, I worked it out with her. I had submitted like a passport and a ID.
Yeah.
Like, so I could go on with my passport.
Things.
But like, isn't that also interesting? I also didn't realize the pandemic technically ended last year. I guess that makes sense. It was 2 years.
Well, no, technically that's still this year.
This is January 23. Yeah,
so
I started
the beginning
there.
So
of January 23 was the end. She's like, you just made like the date.
Of course I did, because that's my life.
Me.
That's of
but course. I think that was interesting. So every HR person that got hired somebody not in person right now has to get on a Zoom call and show their ID and confirm all their information.
No.
Yeah.
That's too much.
Yeah.
That's
my appointment was supposed to be last Friday. Didn't even realize that I missed it. Confirmed it with her and everything. And then she just put it on again this Friday. And I was like,
yeah, no. No.
Anyway, so that's that story.
So kids are good. Life's good. Al's sleeping in the corner. Everyone's good.
Everyone's good.
Are we ready for the holidays? Like, I feel like Halloween starts the beginning of the holidays, and I'm not ready.
I'm just like not a fan anymore.
I'm not ready at all.
I don't really care. It's been a long year.
We need a trip.
We do need a trip.
Where should we go?
We should go on one of the holidays.
I don't think I can do that.
Your kid's too little to get out of it still. Mine would be like, can I come, or I don't care.
No, I need a kid-free holiday.
Okay.
A kid-free holiday. That's cheap because I'm broke. So.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? We can talk about it. This year's been hard. We're supposed to always try to be positive. In our business has just been really hard.
It's been hard.
And every single real estate, LO, insurance person, all of a side hustle. They're all doing something else to try to make money. Like, we're doing our best, but it's just been really, really effing hard.
It's tough. Yeah. Hopefully next year we'll like change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
We just lost my train of thought. It always happens in one episode. Always happens in one. Jesus.
We're talking about it being hard, and you said next year.
I don't even know.
Okay.
What are you doing the rest of the day?
Working.
I'm working on app stuff. The app stuff is really, really hard.
You're gonna have to make like a big announcement about that soon.
No.
Have we talked about it on here?
No, I don't.
Do you want to cut it out?
We talked a little bit. No.
I guess you can talk about it. You're not saying what it is.
Yeah, no, we don't have to agree anything. So, or say anything like one way or the other.
Specific.
But yeah, like we're working on something super cool, you and I. It's super exciting, and I'm super glad to have you to do like all the content on the other end of it. But I didn't realize how much goes into everything that we see on the internet or like on our phones.
Yeah.
And I'm spending like 20 hours a day, like literally just like Googling random shit. And
I'm giving you props. Like, so we had like as much as me and you can have a business meeting. We had a business meeting Tuesday night at a bar with a computer.
Squished in between all of these people.
Nobody, whatever. I'm giving you props because like I didn't realize, like, she's telling me, she's like, yeah, I ordered and I'm taking a class on how to code.
Oh, not only that, like,
and then you're like showing it to me. It's just so past my mental capacity of like what you're doing.
We're trying to
Anyway,
change the real estate industry
We're
one
going to.
app at a time. And Al's
gonna
making
work.
fun of us over here.
I'll be in on it eventually.
He will. If you'd like to be an investor, he's more than welcome
Ooh,
to.
yeah, we need some investors. You won't even look. Anyone that would like to invest with us.
Yeah, no, but I think it's when you try to put yourself out there and you do something new, whether like, because no one knows what I'm doing, and I know that we're talking about it for our 18 subscribers, but when you're not telling people or yelling things from the rooftop and you're doing something by yourself, I think it's scarier, but it's really cool to kind of see how far you can take something by yourself, because I feel like I don't have any of that real pressure from people. No one really knows. So like I'm putting
Well, because if it doesn't work, the only person's gonna know is me and Mark. And we're not gonna be like, you suck.
You
we're
know
gonna be
more
like,
than Mark does.
But it's less of a like failure aspect.
Oh, right.
I don't want to use the word failure, but like if it doesn't work, nobody's gonna know.
Right. And
nobody's gonna know.
I don't think failure is a bad thing. I think I love to fail every day. Like it's odd because I don't have any attention span. I don't have any thought process that actually puts two things together in my brain at one consistent time to get a consistent sentence out, kind of like this one. So being able to sit down at the computer for so long, and like the class I'm taking is like this plug and play system. So like on the left-hand side, it says, okay, you're literally going to take this and put this over here. And then you do it. And it's like, you suck ass. Try again. Like, but like,
no, your presentation for me was very put together for us.
Hey, you know,
it was very organized,
which is great. And that's what I'm proud of.
Yeah,
it was really
awesome.
cool to like see how it all comes together. But
like if I had money to invest, I would invest.
Just knowing
it's the thought that
it's the thoughts that counts. It's the thought that counts. No, but like super cool things coming down the pike. So hopefully 2024, next year, we'll be able to say some really cool things.
Yeah.
On that note, I need to go home and go to bed. I'm tired.
Yep, it's nap time. It's raining. It's cold. It's October finally.
It's the middle of October. Well, I hope you have a great day at work tonight.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.